Alright folks, Pacini's Idiot, we are back. Let's go to the additional investigation. Yeah, I'll sleep easier knowing that he's behind bars for the murder of Stephanie Grip, but his arrest has raised some troubling questions. Burns said he tortured the victim to find out what she knew. Whatever he's hiding, it was serious enough to kill over, and after the recent murders at the university, I'd rather tie up any loose ends. Think we should talk to the victim's girlfriend again, Ace? You're right. If there was a secret, maybe she'd know. We also must stay on that Asterisk trail. We know the secret society Rosetta founded was restarted by current students about a year ago. But nobody wants to talk to us about it, so we still don't know what that Asterisk stands for, or how they fit into Rosetta's plans. You're right, Ace. The university library might hold some clues. I'm ready to take a look with you. Alright. I really want to talk to Miranda. I'm very curious about that situation. Hello, Secret Agent Ace. I heard you arrested that monster who killed Stephanie. I hope he rots in jail. Yeah, he won't be harming anyone ever again, but we still have some unanswered questions. Apparently Stephanie was killed because of some secret she seemed to know about Burns. Did she ever mention anything to you? No, she didn't, but before today I'd never even heard the man's name. But if you think Stephanie discovered something, it might be on her camera. She carried that thing all the time, snapping pictures of everything. Thanks for the tip, Miss Cohen. Miss Cohen. If Stephanie Griff always had her camera with her, Ace, we might find it at the tennis court. You must find out why that monster murdered Stephanie, Secret Agent Ace, and please take this. It was one of her most prized possessions. Yes. Yes, the hair. Yes, the hair. I love it. I love it. I need that hair in my life right now. Yes, 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 I needed that in my life. That hair was needed. Yes, that look right there is what I needed in my life. I didn't know I needed it, but now I know I needed it. I would love to play tennis. I don't have time for it right now, but I'd love to play tennis at some point when the boys get older. Great work, Ace. This must be Stephanie's camera. We'll know for sure after you crack the camera's password. Yeah, that avatar is life right now. Well, if there's any trace of Bad Aster in this library, Ace, we're sure to find it. Let's start your search by searching through that wooden chest. That's not it. That's it. Oh, T. LFS. There we go. Nice. Alright, well, the camera's definitely Stephanie's. Here's a selfie of her and her girlfriend. There are too many pictures for us to sift through. Let's have Kathy go through the camera with a fine-tooth comb. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, Professor Charles is in some of this stuff. Interesting. Nothing but a bunch of dusty academic journals, this wood chest. Even that book you picked out is as dry as a stale cracker. Just consensus statistics. But you're right, Ace. Everything inside of the book is handwritten. And look, there's something here about Ad Astra. So his boring cover is just a disguise. This whole book is about the secret society. Too much written in this book for us to go through, Ace, but this will be right up Gabriel's alley. Nice. It's going to be unlocking the secrets. So, I'm going to see you guys later. It's been Petunias 88. Au revoir. Alright, folks, Petunias 88, we are back. Let's finish off this Ad Astra, or the picture. Wrong, misclick. There are literally hundreds of pictures on this camera, Ace, most of them taken on a university campus. It sure brought me back to my college days. But there's a photo here you're going to want to see, taken a week ago. It's a picture of the university tennis court. The focus of the photo is the scoreboard in the foreground. But if you look closely, you can see Gunnar Burns in the background. He's digging up the court in the dead of the night. Digging up the tennis court? Why on earth would he do that? You did say Burns had a secret and Stephanie discovered it. This photograph might be the proof that Burns was involved in something shady. Ace is right. Gunnar Burns was a university groundskeeper. Oops. If what he was doing above board, Dean Walker will know. Let's ask her about it. Is he burying a body? This book was a marvelous find, Ace. Its jumble of notes is entirely about Ad Astra. Some of the contributions are old from Rosetta's times, while others are added recently, but the book is essentially an Ad Astra manifesto. Wow, finally, we might get some answers, Ace. What exactly does the book say? Well, there are various musings about a range of subjects, from a future of mankind to ethics. But it all boils down to one central theme, the division of humans into those who are superior in intellect and stature, and the rest of society deemed by Ad Astra to be mere sheeple. According to their ideology, the superior individuals are meant to rule over the others, while the sheeple are better off without the burden of decision-making. So Ad Astra believed that some people are naturally superior, right? Well, I can easily believe that Rosetta, a child genius, thought herself exceptional. And you're right, Ace. That mind-altering drug Rosetta tried to unleash on Grimsborough fits in with her idea that the sheeple shouldn't think for themselves. I think we've discovered the ideology Dreamlife's whole scheme was based on. What else does that book say, Gabriel? Are there any leads on the current members? The book only mentions one name, Professor Charles. Apparently he was the one who introduced Rosetta to the theory of selective superiority. So the professor does know more about Ad Astra. He made a nervous exit before, but he won't slip away from us this time. Interesting. Thank goodness you caught that cold-blooded killer, Ace. Well, we actually have some loose ends to tie. We want to ask you about this photograph Stephanie Griff took. Can you see Gunnar Burns in the background? I can, but what's he doing? I never authorized any resurfacing work on that court. Well, whatever he's doing, it might be what got Stephanie Griff killed. Well, if you think something untoward was going on, you have my permission to dig up that court. Appreciate your cooperation, Dean Walker. If you're going to go out digging, Ace, let's get a bite to eat. Oh, snap. What are we going to find there? Ooh, what are we going to find in this tennis court? Interesting. We got our shovels. You ready to start digging? Remember to put your back into it. Okay. I think we found it. I can see something sticking out of the dirt. Let's see what's in this hole. Okay, I gotta say this. I forgot. This picture gives me life. That is what I always wanted to be. Frog, sponge, balloons, scarf, a paper bag, scorpion, paint roller, pile of debris. That's obviously there. A nice shorts, pizza, watch, and then scorpion. Oh, there it is. Holy cow, Ace, this looks like a pile of bones. Those broken pieces could be a shattered skull. Is it possible that Gunnar Burns was burying a body and that Stephanie Griff saw him do it? First things first, Ace sounds pretty grim, but we should piece that skull back together. The question is it a human skull or are they doing animal sacrifices? Either way, it's pretty messed up. No, that sure as heck looks like a human skull. Holy moly. I know corner Ace, but I think that's a human skull. You're right, we better send this to Martine to see if she can identify the remains. I wonder if this is not the first person he's killed. Secret Agent Ace, what brings you here at this hour of darkness when the pressing questions of our existence seem most poignant? We do have pressing questions indeed. It's time that you told us the truth about Ad Astra. Afraid I don't know what you're talking about. Come on, Professor, we know you were the inspiration behind Rosetta Pierre's secret society. Very well, Secret Agent Ace, you leave me no choice, but pray don't judge me too harshly. Rosetta was a brilliant pupil on a true quest for human greatness, but she was lonely, so I encouraged her to find like-minded friends. That's how Ad Astra started, a talented group of kids reading books and discussing the future of humanity together. But before long, I became uncomfortable with the direction of their discussions were going. Why, weren't you the one who taught them about the superior humans who should rule over the sheeple? Hey, Secret Agent Ace, selective superiority is an age-old theory concept, one that should never be put into practice, but that's exactly what Rosetta and her friends wanted to do. You've seen the consequences of that yourself, Secret Agent Ace. Rosetta and her dream life, I wanted no part of it. Then help us, Professor. Tell us who among the current students are part of Ad Astra. I was done with Ad Astra years ago, and I'd like to keep it that way, and that's my final word on the subject. Interesting. So we got 9 hours, guys. I'll see you guys in a little bit. This has been Pitching Ace 88. Au revoir. Alright, folks, Pitching Ace 88, we are back. Let's finish this off. Whose skull is this? Sure, suspected Ace. This skull and the rest of these bones are the remains of a human being. And from this crack at the top of the skull, it's clearly they were murdered, killed by blunt force trauma to the head. Wait, you mean we've stumbled upon an unsolved murder? Martine, do we know who the victim is? Yeah, I consulted the Grimsboro dental records, and the victim was Clara Burns, Gunnar's ex-wife. Whoa. The strange thing is, although Clara Burns has been dead for at least 20 years, there was never a murder investigation. According to a census report, Mrs. Burns simply left town. So let me get this straight. Burns bludgeoned his ex-wife to death 20 years ago and got away with it? Well, apparently so, until Stephanie Griffith took a picture of him burying the body under the tennis court. But why bury her now after 20 years, and why on the university tennis courts? You're right, Ace. Only Gunnar Burns can explain that. Well, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Alright, Burns, we know your dirty little secret, the one you killed to cover up. There's no sense lying about it now. Did you murder your ex-wife 20 years ago? Well, not unless you can prove it, I didn't. We have all the proof we need, starting with the photo Stephanie took and your ex-wife remains. God darn it, I knew she saw me out there. Well, I might as well tell you now, it's not like 2 life sentences any longer than 1. My wife took everything I had in a divorce. Clara was a nasty woman, so I bashed her head in with a brick and buried her in my backyard. Nobody was the wiser. Until the dang local council came along with their fancy internet cable whatsits, and they needed to dig behind the house, and I had to move Clara. But I decided to resurface the tennis court. But while I was working, I noticed Stephanie Griff in the shadows, and I had to make sure she couldn't talk. Well, and in the end you didn't, but you were the one who tipped us off during your arrest. It took 20 years, but justice has finally caught up with you, Burns. It's time you paid for your ex-wife's murder. Dude, he is... Yeah, no kidding. But we unearthed evidence he also murdered his ex-wife burying the body under that tennis court. University campus will be a much safer place with him behind bars. However, we made some unsettling discoveries about Rosetta's secret society at Astra and its connection to dream life. According to the book you found, Ace, Professor Charles was the inspiration behind Rosetta's original group. But apparently, Ad Astra adheres to the notion that they're superior to the rest of the humankind. They should be rightfully rule over the unworthy sheeple. In her human experiment to develop protozane, a drug that renders people docile and compliant, seems to be her attempt to make her theory a reality. Yeah, so Dreamlife's plan was to put Ad Astra's ideology into practice. And although we won the battle by shutting down Dreamlife and their plans for Protozane, Rosetta's war may not be over. Could the students who restarted Ad Astra have something to do with Rosetta's plans? Well, if that's the case, Ace, find out who the new members of the secret society are is more desperate than ever. It's up to us to find out what they're planning. So we got 2 more cases to figure out, at least of this one. So maybe out of this one we'll find out who the members are, and then it will lead into the next district. This is pretty nuts, man. This is pretty nuts. And we will be seeing you guys 25th. My guess is, let me check. That's this Thursday. So I'll see you guys then. This has been Pitching Against 88. Over and out.